Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is good today, and I'm a bit better than that day, and I will be able to deliver the lecture today. But I'm not gonna take the whole hour, but I'll take part of it so that my throat is being painful bit. That's why I'll not be able to talk too much. So anyway, thank you so much for your understanding. The last time we started the chapter 4, let me just share the screen with you. Last time we started chapter 4, which was the market forces of demand and supply. And we said that the supply and demand, the words economists they use most often, and these are the forces that make market economics work. And it refers to the behavior of the people as they interact with one another in a competitive market. And we define the competitive market as the market where the goods and services are identical, and there are many. And in a competitive market, nobody determines the price. There is no one who can set the price. There is no one who comes with a certain price. So in a competitive market, demand and supply are met in a certain point where both sides, sellers and buyers, are satisfied. And they are not the price determined. They are not the one who determines the price. They're rather than just being a price taker. So they enter to the market and they take the price, whatever the price is given in the market. So the market, it has been defined as a place where the group of the buyers and the sellers of a particular good and services, they meet. Buyers as the group, they determine demand for the product. Sellers as the group determine the supply of the product. Market takes many forms, like highly organized and forms, highly organized and the less organized. Markets for many agricultural commodities are considered to be as highly organized, but market for ice cream and so on, they are considered to be as less organized. So competitive market in the market is the market where there are many buyers and the sellers, and they do not come with a certain price. They're just a price taker, and each has got a negligible impact on the price of the product and services. The price and the quantity are determined by all buyers and the sellers. So the sellers cannot set certain price for a certain product in a competitive market. If it's a monopolistic oriented products or monopolistic oriented market, then the seller has got the right and has got the eligibility to set the price he wants actually. So we've got a perfectly competitive market. Perfectly competitive market is the market where the goods and the services are offered for sale with exactly features, exactly same like iPhone 10. So whenever you go to any shopping center, you see the mobile selling shop, and all the mobile selling shops will have identical iPhones. So they're bringing from the same place. They're selling them unless they're bringing somewhere. So a perfectly competitive market is assumed to be where the goods and services are traded for exactly the same identical future for the product. So buyers and the sellers are so many, and there is no single seller has an influence over the market price. The price is being taken, whatever is offered by the market. And if you remember in the beginning, we've been talking about invisible hand, Adam Smith. So it says the price and the quantity is determined by demand and supply. So at the market price, the buyers can buy all they want, and the sellers can sell all they want. Monopoly is the only one seller in the market, and in this case, if it's monopolistically oriented market, the seller has got the eligibility to set the price, so the price he wants actually. And there are other markets like that goes from the perfect competition to the monopoly. No, we don't have any activity today. We don't have any activity today, but we don't have any activity. We may have it. We will have it definitely on not Wednesday, on Tuesday next week when we're gonna meet. Quantity demanded. Quantity demanded is the amount of the goods or services that the buyers are willing or able to purchase. Okay, is the amount of the good that is demanded. Is the amount of good that of services or goods would be demanded or would be willing demanded. So, and the law of demand says that there are other things that are equal, ceteris paribus. When the price of good goes up, the quantity demand of good falls. So it isn't a reality case. So if you see for any product, if the price falls, you will see the demand for that product will increase. Or if the product increases in price or services, the demand for the quantity demanded for that will increase, and so on. When the price falls, the quantity demanded rises. When the price of good rises, the quantity demanded falls. So there is an inverse relationship between quantity demanded and the price. So one goes up, the other one goes down. So this is quantity demanded, and this is the price. If price goes up, the quantity demanded will go down. There is an inverse relationship. So that's why demand is downward sloping. We'll come to this. We'll come to this. This is the law of demand. Demand schedule in a given table in the next slide, you will see it. And demand curve is a graph. Okay. The price on the vertical axis, the quantity on the horizontal axis, in the x-axis, you will see it now. So this is the schedule. This is the graph. So demand schedule is a table that shows the quantity demanded at each price. So the price of the ice cream and the quantity of cones of demanded. So for 12 cones, you're not gonna pay anything. You're not willing to pay anything. For 3, if the price of the ice cream falls to $3, sorry, bit mixed up. For $3, if the ice cream is $3, one cone is ice cream is sold for $3, the quantity demand will be 0. If ice cream price falls to 0, like it's for free, there will be 12 cones of quantity demanded for this price. If price becomes 1.5 per cone, then the quantity demanded of cones will be 6. So demand schedule is the table that shows the quantity demanded at each price. So demand curve is this one, which the graph demand schedule that had been graphed down by using the demand schedule, like 3, 0. So here the quantity on the x-axis, and here's the price on the y-axis. So if it's $3, the price, then 0 quantity consumed. If it's 2.5, then 2 is consumed. If 1.5, 6 is consumed. If it's 1, 8 is consumed. If it's 0.5, 10 consumed. If it's 0, 12 consumed. So in this way, the graph, the curve itself here, this is the curve, demand curve is graphed down in accordance with demand schedule. So the lower the price increases the quantity demanded, and demand curve slopes downwards. So there is an inverse relationship between quantity demanded and the price. As price goes down, the quantity will go up. So this is underlines the inverse relationship. Do you have any question regarding the demand? How the demand? So it just underlines the behavior. So the economists, they develop this theory or the hypothesis about the demand curve. They draw the demand curve on the reality of the economy. As the price increase for product, the people are less willing to buy certain product, or the vice versa. If the price goes down, for certain product, the people are willing to buy more. The people are willing to purchase more. So, sum of all individual demands for goods, services, it is called as market demand. And market demand curve is the sum of individual demand curves horizontally, and total quantity demand of goods varies as the price of the good changes, and other things are kept constant or ceteris paribus. This is schedule of demand, but a market schedule that shows like Catherine, Nicholas, quantity consumed, quantity demanded, and the summation of these two individuals will give you the market. And the same thing, the market is measured, like summation of all demanded, summation of all consumption will give you the market consumption. And this is the price. Like if the price of ice cream is 0, the 12 cones of ice cream will be consumed, will be demanded by Catherine, and 7 cones of ice cream will be demanded by Nicholas. If the ice cream is 1.5, 6 cones of the ice cream will be demanded by Catherine, and 4 will be demanded by Nicholas, as you can see here. And both, they go in the same direction. As the price goes up, the quantity or the willingness to buy is going down. In both cases, like Catherine and the Nicholas. From 7 to 1, from 12 to 0. And the price increases from 0 to 3. So the logic in here, underline still, it doesn't matter whether it's a individual market, individual demand, or market demand. The relationship between quantity demanded and the price is going to be same, is inverse relationship, which is showing that they go in opposite direction. As the ice cream price goes up, the quantity demanded will go down, or the opposite will take the place. Like if the price goes down, the quantity demanded will increase in both sides, Catherine and the Nicholas, individually or as a market. So in here, we're given 2 different graphs that have been drawn down from those demand schedule. So Catherine demand schedule and the Nicholas demand schedule. Each you can see they're drawn down from the graph from the previous slides individually, and they just add them up. They come up with the market, and they drawn up according to the market demand schedule. And here you go. Prices on the y-axis and quantity demanded on the x-axis on all cases. Okay. So far we have been discussing like if price changes, the quantity demand goes left, right, or increases or decreases if the price goes up and down respectively. But this we were trying to underline only the movement along the demand curve. This just was showing the movement, okay? It was just saying that what if the price goes up, what will happen to the quantity demand? It's just a movement, okay? It's just a movement. You can move it from one place to another place, from one point to another point. However, what if we talk about the shifts, like right shift or left shift? When it goes left, it decreases. When it goes right, it increases. So let us talk about the shift, increasing the demand, not the quantity demanded, guys. There is a big difference between demand and quantity demanded. The demand curve is shifting for certain reasons. What are the factors that makes the demand curve to shift? We're gonna talk about them, but movement is totally different as well. Shift, it happens in demand curve, but the movement happens in the quantity demanded, okay? Here, this is the movement that we talked so far along the demand curve, but let us talk about the shift. What would increase the demand curve? What would make it shift to the right or left? What are the factors? So, shift in the demand curve, increase in the demand. Any change in that increases the quantity demanded at every price, and demand curve shifts to the right. So when we say it's shift to the right, we mean it is increasing demand. When we say shift to the left, it is decrease in demand. So here's an example is given. If it's shifting to the right, this red line, D2 is representing increase in demand. If it's shifting to the left, decrease in demand, D3, okay? Any change rise in the quantity that buyers wish to purchase at a given price that shifts the demand curve to the right, or any change that lowers the quantity that the buyers wish. So we say it's shift to the right and left, but what are the factors that makes it to the shift to the right or left? So we're gonna talk about it.
Maybe the price?
No, the price is here. The price actually makes the movement. Okay, changing the price, it makes a movement along the demand curve, not a shift. Here that we talked. If the price was 2.5, you would be willing to purchase 2 cones of ice cream. However, if I reduce the price to $0.50, the 50 cents, then your willingness to purchase will increase. The quantity demanded will increase. But the demand curve does not change. Demand curve is the same. The change is the point that you stand at the demand curve. So there is a movement along the demand curve, not a change, okay? The price only causes the movement along the demand curve, but what are the factors that makes the shift to the right and left? Okay, we are coming to that point. The variables that can shift the demand curve are here. Income, price of related goods. Look, this is very important. Price of related goods, not the price of the specific product you are already consuming, but related to that good. It can be substitute, it can be complement, but we're going to talk about it. What is the substitute? What is the complement? But first of all, income, price of related good, tastes. Maybe your taste has changed due to some reason. Expectation is the fourth variable or factor that affects the demand curve shift to the right and left. And of course, the number of the buyers. So there are 5 variables that you should memorize and know them that makes the demand curve shift to the right or left. Because this is very important, and this is where you're gonna use it throughout all your life. In real economy and everywhere, even you're doing master, even if you're working, these variables you should keep in your mind. Like these 5 variables, they make the demand shift to the right or left. But how they shift to the right and how they shift to the left, we're gonna talk a bit later. Just try to memorize it. Income, price of related goods, taste, expectation, and number of the buyers. income. Normal goods and inferior goods. Other things constant. An increase in the income, increase in the salary that you receive will increase the demand. If your salary was $2,000 and you used to go to the work by public transportation, by bus, okay? You used to go by bus. Now your salary increased to $4,000. Now you say, I can now allow myself to buy a car on an installment basis. I can borrow money from the bank or financial institution and buy a car, but I pay the installments in 1 year. So you can use the cars, okay? You can buy the car as well. So this will increase the demand. This will shift the demand to the right, increasing the income for the normal goods, okay? But there is an inferior goods. Inferior goods, if ceteris and paribus, sorry, my voice, increase in the income will lead to a decrease in a demand. Actually, definition of the inferior goods is a bit challenging, and really that makes the good to be inferior. It changes from situation to situation. Let me give you one example. You used to eat, for example, now as a student, okay, now as a student, Alan, are you here? Alan Besimbi is here. Okay, he's not responding. Maybe he is just. Okay, let Alisher Baratov.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Alisher, would you tell me, when you used to go to the campus, what kind of food you used to eat for lunch?
Maybe the rice with kitchen.
Rice with the kitchen, yes?
Yes.
And what is your average income? What is the average spending in month?
In months, or I don't actually know, but maybe 20,000 or 50,000.
Dollars?
No.
Tenge.
Yes.
50,000 tenge, yes? Let's say.
Yes, it's approximately.
Approximately. I'm just making up the number, okay? And you used to eat rice with the kitchen, okay?
Yes.
Rice with the kitchen. And did you drink anything?
Yes, Coca-Cola.
Coke, okay. And your income is, let's say, 50,000 tenge. That's what we know. But imagine your income times, let's make it 10. You started your business during your education, and your income increased by 10 times, which is now 500,000 tenge. Or let's make it by 100 times, which is 5 million tenge, okay? I wish that you could have it.
Thank you.
5 million tenge now per month, your income. So, do you think that your preferences for lunch will change?
Of course.
What exactly? What would you consume then?
Maybe some steaks, some cocktails, others.
Steaks and cocktails, yes?
Yes.
So this is we call inferior product. Okay, this is inferior condition that creates inferior product. When the income increases, the demand for certain product will go down. Is that clear now?
Yes.
Your income increased, demand for rice and kitchen falls down, but because you have changed your preferences. Or if somebody eats, let's say, fast food, thank you so much, Alisher, for example that you shared like part of your life.
Welcome.
Somebody who goes and eats outside, like fast foods, burgers and so on, like Bahandi, I saw that everybody, most of the students, they are like next to the Bahandi. And if your income increased during your student life, you will see that you will start less consuming of those fast food made products, because you will start to think about the health. Now the money will allow you to think about the health and so on. Okay, let us move further. So any question regarding the normal good and the inferior product?
Professor, I have one question in this slide. What does other things constant mean?
We are assuming for simplicity that there is no other factor that may affect it.
Okay.
We just imagine that everything is constant, ceteris and paribus. There is nothing will change. There is no external factors that affect. There is nothing. There is no something that will change your mind. Maybe your friend may come and say, okay, don't buy this food. Let's start to consume and save the money and so on.
Okay,
Like
thank you.
we're making assumptions. If you remember from the previous chapter, there is a subject which is called assumption. We're making the simplified way of now. Price of related goods. The price of two related goods are substitutes, and we have complements. When it's substitutes, they can substitute each other, like Pepsi and Coca-Cola. If there is no Pepsi, definitely you would ask to get the Coca-Cola. But there is a word which is called a perfect substitute, like 2 bottles of water, but different brands. One Aisu, the other one, I don't remember the name, Bonaqua. So more or less they are the same taste. However, Pepsi and something else, for example, have you ever, let me just select somebody. Who am I going to? Arat. Arat is here. Okay, Arat is turned on. Arat, are you here? No, okay. Let me ask the Arujan.
Can you repeat your question, please?
Arujan, hello.
Hello.
When you eat have you ever tried doner?
Yes.
Okay. When you eat your doner, what drink are you using it?
When I eat doner?
Yeah.
What
kind of drink you like to eat next to it?
What kind of drink? I like Coca-Cola.
You like Coke,
After
okay?
doner.
And
Yes.
what if doner is not available? What would you eat? If it's not available.
If Coca-Cola wouldn't be
No,
available?
Yeah. Yes, cola is not available. What would you drink?
Sprite.
Let's say there is a Coke or
Oh no, energetic. I think Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Yes.
Okay. So these two products, Coke and the Red Bulls, are substitute to each other. You can select this one or select this one. So here it says if Coke price increased, let's say I have a Coke price increased by, it doubled, okay? That shows that increasing the demand for the other. So demand for the Red Bull will increase for Arujan because she will start consuming more Red Bull. because the price is cheaper than the Coke. This is called a substitute. However, is it possible for you to eat doner without any drinks?
For me, not, because I feel
Not comfortable.
yes, not comfortable.
Your stomach
after.
will not digest the food properly. This is what you experience. You may have a stomach ache and so on. So this one you want to get. So here for Arujan, doner and the Coke are complements. They cannot exist without each other, okay? Like a car without wheels, like a tea without a sugar. But unfortunately, of course, even though in the market there are people who drink the tea without sugar, coffee. But for some people, they are very complements, like doner and Coke. They should be always together. I will not eat doner if there is Coke not available. If increasing the price of one, let's say in doner, that will lead to decrease in the demand for the other. Okay, if doner price increases, definitely, Arujan, you will not drink Coke too much. If you don't,
I think yes, because I won't have so much money to drink Coke.
Yes.
Because all money I will spend on doner.
Yes, so that not only the money, because of the preferences, you say that I will not buy doner now. If you don't buy the doner, then it means you will not buy the Coke.
Yes.
If you used to eat doner, let's say 5 times in a day, I'm just making up numbers. Of course, you don't eat that much. It's a joke. And if the price of the doner increases, the quantity demanded for doner will fall, and of course the quantity demanded for Coke will go down. Thank you so much, Arujan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your participation.
Thank you.
So this is what we call as complement and substitute. Substitute when two products can be replaced one by another one, and complements are the two things that cannot exist without each other. Taste, it's like a word that is described by itself. Changes in the taste that changes the demands. Everybody knows it. Like expectation about the future. If you expect that you have increase in income, let me just pick somebody. Okay, who am I going to discuss with? Begzat.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. Very nice to hear you. Begzat, now, what is your income average? Just make up the number. You don't have to tell me the truth.
60,000 tenge.
50,000 tenge. It's good that you clarified the tenge. Otherwise, I would have thought that you have like dollars. Tenge. Now, 50,000 tenge. If you would expect that your income will be doubled or tripled or quadrupled or whatever, they like by 10 times will be bigger. So by 10 times, like 500,000 tenge. So your current demand will increase. You will go and you will rush, or what you will do? Will you increase your demand for some products? If you think that next month you will have 500,000 tenge, you will wait for it or you will increase it?
I think I will increase it.
So you will go to the bank, you borrow money, you say, I'm gonna pay you once I receive this income, but I want to buy it now. So you will buy many things now.
Mm-hmm.
What about if you think that the prices will increase? You know that the prices for certain products will increase. What will you do? Not now, but tomorrow. But let's say tomorrow, I mean by after 2 weeks, let's say. You have money, but you know that the price is going to increase for that product.
I will buy it.
You will buy. Or put yourself to the shoes that you're a trader. you'd like to be a dealer buying and selling the cars, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a car?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's say now you want to trade with the car, and you know the next in 2 weeks the car prices will jump. So what will be your action?
I'm gonna choose the famous car, maybe some Camry, and I know that the price will increase. So I will buy for 50 million, for example, tenge, and we will sell for 30 million.
Okay, you will buy now, or you will? So are you going to buy the car now or wait a bit?
I'm going to buy it now.
Yes, because if you buy now, then you can make a profit. If you wait for 2 weeks, you have to buy now so that you can make a profit. So this is how it works. This is how it works. Thank you so much, Begzat. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So to clarify the things out here, expectation about the future, if you expect the increase in the income, that will increase the current demand. If you expect the higher prices in the future, that will increase the current demand as well. And number of the buyers. If number of the buyers in the market increases, that will increase the market demand as well. If there are many buyers comes down to the market, that means that there will be more demand on that. So here, kind of summary that we have done it about the demand. Price of good itself, they represent the movement along the demand curve. So the price of the good itself does not shift the demand. It just causes a movement. What makes a shift? Income, price of related goods, which is substitute and the complement, taste, expectation, and the number of the buyers. So these are the lists of the variables that makes the shift of the demand curve. Okay, and I want to stop here because my throat is really getting pain, and I want to stop here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And thank you so much for your attending.
No question.
Okay.
Professor, I have a question.
Yes, please.
When will be quiz? The quiz.
We will discuss on Monday or on Tuesday. We'll discuss it, but I'm planning to make it after when we finish the chapter, this chapter, just before the midterm exam.
Okay, and the quiz will consist of like the test, yes?
Yeah, multiple
With
choices.
answers.
Multiple choices, very true.
Multiple choice.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have another question. Could you please upload a recording of the last lesson that took place last Thursday?
I will upload this one because I reviewed the chapter 4 again. I'm gonna upload it this one.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
We reviewed it. We reviewed from the beginning, so I'm gonna put it this one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Excuse me, can I ask you?
Yes, sure, sure.
Did you mention my name in attendance?
Guys, I'm not giving points for attendance. One more time. I'm giving the points only for activity. Activity covers your participation and your attendance.
Okay.
If you participate in activity, you will get it.
And
For
will we have?
Yes?
And will we have an activity today?
No, not today.
Oh,
Not
all right.
today. In
Okay,
total,
yeah.
we're gonna have 10 activities. In total, we're gonna have 10 activities. Just don't go. Just stay here. Want to just share with you something. Here, assessment 1 will be 30%. which consists of quiz 1 and exam 1. Assessment 2, same. And assessment 3, activity 10%. By activity 10%, I mean we're going to have in total 10 activities. Each activity will be 1 point. And the final exam, which is 30%.
Okay. So as I understood, the quiz and exam will be in the different dates or
Yes,
together?
sure. Very sure. No, not together.
Okay.
They will be different. Why I'm making the quiz for you to get to know the exam closely, the types of the question that you face, plus to get some additional points.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Professor. Bye.